once again. Now, according to Business Wire, Nas company Queensbridge Venture Partners invested in this company in 2014, has been acquired by media giant Viacom for $340 million. Now the company is called, Pluto TV, which is a corporate, website founded in 2013. Pluto TV streams more than 100 channels and thousands of hours of on-demand content, spanning television, movies, sports, news, lifestyle, comedy, cartoons, gaming, and trending digital series, reports Business Wires. So Nas, one of his companies, making a big deal. Now, we did report, I think a few months ago, that PillPack, another company, that was sold to Amazon, for $40 million back in March of 2018. We reported that, on both of our channels. So Nas, man, doing some big things. Sorry we had to report the news about his son and Khalees, but what do you think about this, Sam, man? Another big move by Nas outside of hip hop.
Man, inspiring. Yeah. I'm gonna read a little bit of a caption from Viacom, and I'll really get into my 1-2. Today marks an important step forward in Viacom's evolution as we work to move both our company and the industry forward. President CEO, in a written statement forwarded to the press, Pluto's TV, unique and marketing leading product combined with Viacom's brands, content, advanced advertising capabilities, and global scale creates a great opportunity for consumers, partners in Viacom. Pluto joins Genius and Lyft as Nas' core investments in the world's startup commerce. This is huge. And when we're sitting here in media, and a lot of people may think that we're just a YouTube channel. If you think that right now, you're vastly mistaken. But these kind of things are inspiring because as you grow businesses, in particular tech businesses, you see the potential and where they can go. For somebody to see $340 million worth of value in your product, that only goes to show you what they know they can make from your product. And that's a huge accomplishment for you to be able to build a brand and to be able to sell a brand. You often hear Dame Dash talking about that blueprint. You build businesses, get rid of them, build, become a tycoon. So when you see things like this, and we talked about last year, I think it was something with Amazon, and Nas, he had a huge deal, almost going close to $1 billion. I know what his take was in that $1 billion, but he's making millions and millions of dollars worth of moves out here. And it's very inspiring, man, because we all know Nas as the Queensbridge rapper, one of the greatest rappers of all time. But we all know music really doesn't make any money. So it really feels good to know that one of the greatest rappers of all time, one of the great influencers, took some of his money from music, invested in certain situations, and now is really getting the fruits on his labor. It's dope. Yeah.
And it's like you got these bigger companies, whether it be, Apple, Google, Viacom, when they see these companies, small companies start, come up, they're snatching them up. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing. You talk about like Uber, and different companies who don't have, any cars, but are the biggest, taxi service in the world, but they don't own any cars. So it's a new age, and with the technology and media, that money can be made now. So for Nas to see, the value in these companies first, in 2014 and early, to invest in them now to make that type of money, like you said, is very, very, inspiring to say the least. Because it's like, man, it's like, different things can now happen when you put your money. It's not no longer is the brick and mortar the only thing you can do now. You can, do an online company, and it be worth millions of dollars, a la YouTube channels, or bringing in, millions of dollars, of revenue. So, man, salute to Nas and what he's doing out there, man. I would like to look at Nas's, net worth if we get a chance to pull that up. You know what I mean? I think it should be growing by the second at this point.
It's probably real serious. What do you say to those people, those devil's advocates who will say he shouldn't sell to anybody? Why are you selling your stuff? Keep. What do you say to those people?
I mean, that's crazy. You sell it. If you had an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? If you making, 10 times or 20 times what it's worth, what you think is worth, or you put into it, you sell it. You know what I mean? And do it again. This is the second time he got a big deal. Maybe he might get 10 more. You know what I mean?
This might be the blueprint of what he wants to do. And if $340 million isn't a bad flip, but probably not giving up 100% stake. He probably has 2-3% left still in there.
And it's like, it's the thing that goes like, okay, you sell your company. If you're a businessman, you can do it again. So let's just say, for example, okay, you want to sell your channel, you say 10 million, you can make another one. You know what I mean? You got 10 million that would have took you how long to make. So that's the kind of, the way I look at it or whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously a little bit different, but I'm sure, he invested way less. You know what I mean? I know that he invested way less than what they gave him. So that's a plus at any time.
Inspiring, man.
Yes, sir. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and SamAnt, going in today. I was looking up Nas's net worth. And according to this right here, 60 million, that just popped up on that's net worth. WealthyGorilla.com. That's one of them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be higher than that real quick. I just wanted to check that.
Maybe let's check Khaleesi's too while we're at it. Maybe that's where it's going.
Damn. Man. Yeah, I mean, that's a you gotta get those agreements in place, man. You gotta get those agreements in place, man. But yeah, man, we'll get to that, you know what I mean, another time, man. So a peace to Nas. Hopefully they get that situation, ironed out. But yeah, man, you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt. Going in today on this Thursday afternoon. All my people listening on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button for me and make sure that you share this video. You can actually do it while you're enjoying the content. I want to get to this story right here with Future going in today on this Thursday afternoon, blazing through your speakers on YouTube. If you're listening, I need y'all to do me two favors. Hit that like button. Now, all right, Nas and Khaleesi, however you want to say the name.
They're going to get with you, man.
Yeah, I already know, man, it is, but I'll take that on the chin. Are, according to documents, I should say, revealed, the Queensbridge rap legend is upset over several different child custody issues, including, Khaleesi plans to travel to Cartagena, Colombia. Now, Khaleesi did put a video out about 6 days ago on IG explaining what she's doing. I'm going to play that video, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about this situation, as well as Nas, making some big deals in the tech world. But here we go.
So I started a new Instagram account. It's Bounty Farms. And La Soledad, and so I'm excited. This is Colombia. It's amazing. We're in the coffee region. This is one of the best coffee regions in the world, which is why I chose to do it here. And it's really just an amazing, magical place. So you can start to see pictures and photos and see all the work we're doing, because we are building and we are progressing and we are expanding and growing, literally. Welcome. Bienvenidos.
In Colombia, now she's pretty much taken their son, which Nas has rights to pretty much see, taking his son, took him out of school in LA, took him to Colombia, and pretty much planning, to relocate there. Nas is pissed simply because, he's supposed to be getting his son, and she was in Colombia at the time. So Nas is putting some, paperwork in to try to, get this resolved. He's pretty much pissed that she wants to go there. What do you think about, this situation, Sam? I know it's kind of, T-ish a little bit, but what do you think about this?
He should be pissed.
What would you do?
Get my kid back here. I'd be on the first thing smoking to Colombia, getting my child back here.
And
especially if it's cool.
Yeah.
Colombia has its nice spots. It does have its areas and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, if you are sitting out here and you got an agreement, and we all know how child support and things like that work, it's a nasty situation. But you're definitely not allowed to take a child out the country without the other parent's consent. They have to have consent. And if he didn't have consent, let alone even know, that's a serious problem on their hands. And I go to tell you this, if he would have done that, she'd be going crazy. Oh, this man did this. She took my child.
Nas is, asking the judge, for a contempt order, which pretty much is going to stop her from taking him there. So he is trying.
Hell no, she can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy move. And then talking about moving there. And then this is sad, man, because you never want to see that the child is involved in directly being in hurt from this situation. We don't know what's going on mentally with the kid, with their parents always beefing. We all know how that goes. And then these two are very public and popular in the spotlight. Well, now it's more than Khaleesi, but they just two public figures. This can't be good for the child. And then now we sitting here saying the child may be going to Colombia. Now they don't know. It's just a nasty situation. But
yeah,
a little tears. But the man absolutely has a right to fight for his child being here, just like the woman does and would in this situation, and would have their child back here. So they need to bring that boy back.
That's a real messy situation with Nas and his ex-wife. They're going through a lot of different, paperwork filings, and that's something they gotta get ironed out. Eventually they will. It looks like people are hurt there, but that is kind of crazy taking, to the Colombia, anywhere like that out of this country, just on a whim is pretty crazy. So hopefully they can get that situation,
worked out.
What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna actually talk about